Hello and welcome. Today we will fix this Lenovo Yoga tablet. This is a YT3 X50F model, and it has issues with the USB port. So we connect it. There is no sign of life, no LEDs flashing, nothing. So hopefully this will be an easy fix. Let's start. We will see 3 screws under this cover. One's here. Second one. And the third one is on this side. Unscrew. And now we should be able to lift up the cover. For this guitar picks are very useful. We start in the corner. And you hear how the clips are getting loose. Clip. Drive just on the side. Not too hard, not too soft. And we need to drive it completely through the perimeter. Then you see there is here and here is the end of the cover. So we have this outclip here too. Be gentle at any time. Take your time. Try to wiggle it a bit. That's kind of rough, so we can be sure it's the first time it gets open. And now it's open. This is the button which fell off, but that's no problem. This is just holding in place by the case. Okay. This is how the case is looking from inside. Nothing special about it. Okay. Now we have the cover separated and we see that the desired port is located here. I also have a replacement. It's looked like this. This is a board with the USB port. Of course, we could have solder a new one, but this kind of sockets are difficult to get, and it's basically once in a lifetime purchase. Okay. I'm doing it the first time, so bear with me. First of all, we should unplug the power cable. And I'm not sure where it actually is. So we can see here going wires, the black one, I suspect it to be the power cable. The white one should be the antenna, but this is just a suggestion. We will see it in a minute. Yes, this is the power cable. Now we disconnected the power cable, so nothing should short out now. So we can also work with metallic. Metallic instruments. It looks like the port is sitting this way somehow. And we need to remove the board anyway. Okay. First we unplug all cables so we don't rip anything. 1, 2, 3. This is the power cable. I try to unscrew this one first. I hope maybe we can get around and do not have to remove the whole board, but we will see that in a minute. Watch out for different size screws. I'm comparing them and storing them separately, so I find needed screws later, or the right screws later. Looks like it's glued to the cable. Yeah, it's just below that. I think there is no way around. Okay, let's continue by unplugging all rivets, our cables, everything around. This one is up. These are the speakers. They are soldered to this, and this could be a problem. We should have a look at that so that we do not rip them. Yes, we have here the antenna. Okay. 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 This one's just glued. We have also small screws here. Not just the big ones. Are there any other? Okay. There's something holding this board. I'm not sure if it's glue. It doesn't look like it's another screw because I don't see any. Maybe below this one. Something. Actually, no. This should lift up. And I think we need a little bit of help here. It looks like it's glued to the board. Glued down there somehow. Yes, it's okay. I think we should remove the speakers too, so we can freely remove the board. Yeah, they are also glued down. To break the adhesive free, then we can lift it up and place it on the board. Yeah, we could have desoldered that, but yeah, why not actually? But we are nearly done yet, so done now. So this will too. Okay. Okay, now the board should be completely free to be taken out. And it is. Now we lay this aside and we can have a look what's with our board. I see. This is how it's here installed. Okay. Need softly remove the power button. Without tearing the cable. Okay. We need to somehow remove this shield. I didn't really see how it's connected. So I tried to place the new USB port without removing the plastic bracket. Maybe I can slide it just under. This is a really strange part. Okay. This is not a really strange part because here is a tiny screw hiding. And if you have the screw removed, this one is just coming apart. So maybe We shouldn't have had remove the whole board, but it is how it is. We have to deal with that. Yes. Now we have here the broken part. We can transfer the glue pad over for more OEM finish. Okay. We have here a sticker around. So now can slide the new port in. Quickly fix the gasket or the rubber part on the cable. So it's returns in place as expected. Now we can apply the screws back in. Do not go too hard on them because it's just slightly tight. That's it. We in Germany say, nach ganz fest kommt ganz ab. It's translated, it's meaning after real tight fastened, it breaks off. Somehow. Something like that. I'm not that good in translations. Okay. Now we should glue down this buttons here. Here we have a blue strip. That's for the glue stuff. And we just slide it here in and push it down. So basically it's not just USB port, it's also, I think, the volume rockers. Okay, now we have replaced the button and it's time to reassemble everything back. And that's where it becomes difficult if you're a beginner to keep everything in trace so you don't forget anything. and have to take it apart again and again and again. But honestly, it's a part of the learning process, and it happens even if you're experienced from time to time that you have to disassemble and reassemble everything again. So this one is in place. A good strategy is just walking around the perimeter and just watching. Here we have a cable. Here we have a cable which will go there in place. Here we see nothing. Here we see just this glue. Here is a cable. Here is a cable. Here is one. Here's another one. Here we have the screw. Here we have the antenna. So basically, if something hiding below the board, you will see, for example, that here is a cable, but you see there is in the bottom of the board, and you just move it up so you can lay flat the board. After that, we can start screw down the board. If something is not aligning properly, if the board is somehow not straight, it's bent or it's wobbling, then it's a hint that there is something maybe not assembled as it should be, because there is something hiding below or something like that. So take your time, have a look, take pictures, make a video about it, so you can rewind and just look up where all the screws belong to, so you can mess up screws. At Lenovo, as I see, the screws are almost all equal. You have low subtypes of screws, but on iPhones, I discovered on a single iPhone are about 13 types of screws, and they looked identical, but the one was half a millimeter shorter or longer. And if you take the wrong screw, you can screw it through your board, and it's breaking the board, and then you have a catastrophic failure while there is a short within the layers of the board. But here I'm looking always, when I unscrew a screw, I'm comparing it to the existing ones, and so I group the different sizes accordingly. So now when we have all screws in place, we start reconnect everything. You can do it the other way around. You can also start reconnecting. When everything is reconnected, then you can start screw everything down. It's up to you. There is no right or wrong in this strategy. Maybe connecting everything is in the first place, it's better, because if you find something or if you find a missing cable which is under the board, you don't have to unscrew everything. So I think first reconnect and then screw everything in might be a better one. But you can get around it without doing mistakes. But nobody's doing mistakes on purpose. So it's always handy to have tweezers around you because some of the parts are really small. The stripes here, you see, the white stripes are an indicator how deep the connector should go in, and if it's not at the connector start, then it's not all the way in and should be realigned. Don't forget the antenna. No antenna, no Wi-Fi. Antenna, you feel a click when it's all the way inserted. If you don't feel a click, then it's not inserted properly. Okay, now the display. The white one is definitely the display cable, and the last one is the battery. Okay, check everything again. Plugged in is also in place. This is in place, this is plugged in, cable is here, plugged in, plugged in, plugged in. Oh, everything's fine. So let's screw it down. Here is the question. Which screw goes where? We have a white one and a black one. I'm suggesting that the white one goes on the top. Here. And the black one goes on the bottom. Yeah, I just looked up and everything was right. The white one goes here and the black one goes here. We have also to have a look out for it, because behind is a display, and if a screw is in the wrong place and it's too long, then it may just screw into your display, and nobody wants that. Okay, time to test, shall we? I just connect the cable, and you see it starts right away. And the charging light charging starts. Okay, great. Now we need to reapply the cover, make it a little bit cleaner on the spots. So here we have to place the button in first, and it has a notch here, so it should be in the notch like you see Okay, maybe you can see it better here. So it's not turning around. Here you can see the notch. So it stays every time in place. So it cannot jam or anything. Now we gently press it down. Find its place again. Here we can help to overcome should feel a satisfying click. So you can see here is a gap. It has to close completely. And now you should go around the perimeter gently, but with a little bit of love. And now we can screw in oh, that's interesting. Why? It looks identical to the other screw. Ah, as you can hear, we haven't had, okay. There are also clips inside, which are not set yet. You can feel them through the plastic. They're bulging. Something here. Here's one. Okay, now try it. And now it's working. There is something improper here. See it? So we have to reopen that. Yeah, it sucks. So we have to reopen it again, but there is something no good. And no good is no good for us either. Okay. Looks like this part here is not sitting right. And yes, makes absolutely sense, because if you rewind the video, you will see that it placed it the wrong way around. Now, this should be really easy and should directly snap in place. And now you see the port is properly aligning. Maybe not 1,000,000%, but it's good enough, or it's within the tolerances, let's say it this way. So, power button works, charging works. Now we have to reapply the last screws again. we should be done then. And now we have a working device which can last a little bit longer. Hope you like it, hope you learned something, and hope to see you soon. Bye! Wait a minute, we are not done yet. I was curious what's wrong with the port. And then I took my microscope out and took a closer look, because the port feels normal. It doesn't feel like it's worn out. And here I got suspicious. Have a look at the last pin. It's discolored, and you see in in the port itself there is this plastic melting. And if we look to the front, it's not all gunked up, but it's kind of dirty, and you see the port, the trace of this pad is kind of discolored too. What happened here is really simple. There was big resistance on this pin, and it got overheated. It melted a little bit of the housing, and you see it's desoldered itself or even broke. So if we pick around a little bit, you see it's moving, and now it's broke completely off. But this port have bad contact, so it doesn't work. This one soldered itself off, so there was no contact. The other pins are perfectly fine, as you can see. That was the reason for the death of this port.